Hello Summoners and welcome back to ProGuides, where we're going to be going over our very first Teamfight Tactics video. My name is Christoph and today I'll be going over some of the upcoming changes that are planned for Teamfight Tactics in patch 9.14. Like we mentioned before, ProGuides will keep you covered with all the latest updates for TFT, so make sure to hit that sub button if you want to stay up to date. All of the things we mentioned here can be found in the PBE right now, but please do keep in mind that nothing is set in stone and changes can be made before 9.14 hits the live servers. There's so many changes that we have to go over, but before we start, I want you to click the link below and check out ProGuides.com, where we've partnered with pro players to produce courses that will help you guys improve. With our Pro Pass, you get exclusive access to these courses, and for a limited time, you'll also get it bundled with our Teamfight Tactics Pass. On top of that, we have a feature called InstaPro, which provides unlimited 24/7 on-demand coaching from the best of the best. Also guys, make sure to check out our brand new Teamfight Tactics YouTube channel. ProGuides will keep you up to date with the best combos, synergies, and shortcuts to winning more games. Click that sub button using the description link below. Without further delay, let's jump right into the video. First things first, ranked mode will finally be introduced to Teamfight Tactics and is currently being tested on the PBE. It works like this. You all start at the lowest rank at Iron and then do 5 placement matches, and every time you win one, you'll gain a massive amount of LP. But now you're probably wondering, how exactly do you win in TFT? Well, due to the sheer amount of RNG in the game, Riot has decided that anyone who places in the top 4 of the round will gain LP, and players who place below that will lose LP. There are some exceptions to the 4th and 5th place players, but this is the general outcome of most games. Next up, Twisted Fate will be joining us in Teamfight Tactics in patch 9.14. Twisted Fate is a sorcerer and pirate champion who costs 2 gold, and trust me, he is really good. His ability, Pick a Card, works the same way that it does on the Rift. He will choose a random card and each one has its own special effect. Red cards will deal 200, 300, or 400 damage to everyone in an area, yellow card will stun an enemy for 2, 3, or 4 seconds, and the blue card will restore your mana by 20, 35, or 50. TF being a sorcerer and pirate opens up a lot of different possibilities for compositions, and I can't wait to see how he changes up the meta. Next, Elise will be changed to become a tier 1 unit, which means that she now only costs 1 gold. These Elise changes are super impactful, and she's going to become one of the strongest 1 gold champions in the game. Shapeshifter comps are going to start appearing a lot more in the meta, and you can expect to see a ton of Elise picks in the next patch. Hopefully you guys aren't scared of spiders. Demons are receiving a gigantic buff for this patch. They now deal 100%, 200%, or 400% true damage to targets they mana burn for 2, 4, or 6 demons. When the patch hits the live servers, you should really start to prioritize building into demon comps. These guys are going to be insanely strong because of this added effect. Next up, we're going to have a ton of changes on how item drops work. Gromp has been added as a PvE encounter, and every PvE round will have a guaranteed item drop. The strongest monster from each round will have a question mark above its head and will drop a random item component. However, these monsters are being buffed and will now hold on to very powerful completed items to make it harder for you to kill them. They'll be equipped with either Red Buff, Dragon's Claw, or Guardian's Angel. But do keep in mind that just because they're equipped with this item doesn't mean that they'll drop it. However, Elder Dragon is also being changed to always drop a completed tier 2 item upon kill. This means that positioning properly and killing this objective is much more important and is now a must-win round. A few items are also being buffed, and the first ones are Red Buff and Morello. Both these items pretty much do the same thing now, except one is for AP and the other is for AD. They'll now both deal 13% of the target's maximum HP over 5 seconds and prevent healing during that time. This is a huge buff compared to what we have on the current patch, and you can expect more item flexibility on patch 9.14. Frozen Heart has been buffed slightly and will now slow for 5% more than before. This is a pretty minor change, but it might just bring this item on par with the more powerful ones that we see often. Hextech Gunblade has been buffed to heal for 33% instead of 25%. Again, it's another small change, but it can now be a valid competitor to the other items that use BF Sword or Needlessly Large Rod. Zeke's will now have a clear indicator at the start of each round, which will show the champions who have been affected by this buff. Lastly, for the patch 9.14 updates, there's going to be a few new additions to the UI and information tabs. Firstly, a win streak UI was added, which will now explain how win streaks work and which bonuses you're currently on. For avid players, this is a negligible change, but it definitely helps the newer players out a lot. Next, we have a new stats screen coming up that appears after you hover over a champion. It'll show you all of their stats like their attack speed, damage, AP, magic resist, armor. You get the idea. Having this tab can add extra layers of strategy to the game, and you can now play around your champion's weak points. For example, if you feel like your Garen is lacking armor, then you can throw a chain vest on him. Lastly, there is a brand new damage chart UI which will be added in patch 9.14. On the right side of your screen, you'll see a list of every champion on your squad and how much damage they've dealt each round. This can help you optimize your champion's damage output by telling you which spots are most ideal for maximum DPS, or just which items are straight up the best. So those are all the changes planned for patch 9.14, but let's go over a few of the changes that were made in the last few days. These changes have already been pushed to the live servers, but it appears that most people are not aware of them. Let's give them a quick rundown. Pyke received a small nerf a few days ago, and it was targeted at his ability. If you didn't already know, Pyke has an AoE stun, which can have a game-changing effect on your battles. The AoE stun duration has been nerfed from 2.5, 3, and 3.5 seconds to 2, 2.5, and 3 seconds. Pyke will still be a very good champion, but this nerf has definitely hurt him. Yordles have been pretty underwhelming in the TFT meta and are rarely seen in competitive matches. The unreliability of their dodge chance is extremely unattractive, but they've been buffed recently. The dodge chance has been increased from 20 and 50% to 25 and 60%. Although 10% doesn't seem like much, it can be very impactful in the outcome of your games. If a Draven hits you with 10 auto attacks, then dodging 6 and 10 rather than 5 and 10 can be the tipping point between winning and losing a match. Try them out in your next game and let us know how it goes down below. Spear of Shojin had a game-breaking bug which was still granting the equipped user 20% mana per hit. This bug has been fixed and will now properly grant 15% instead of 20%. There are also a few small stat adjustments on a ton of champions. Let's just speed right through them. Elise had her mana cost lowered from 100 to 75, Kennen had his AD buff from 60 to 70, and the attack speed increased from 0.6 to 0.65. Poppy had her health increased from 750 to 800, and her mana cost decreased from 100 to 75. Varus had his mana cost lowered by 25, and Volibear had his attack speed buffed from 0.5 to 0.55. Veigar had his mana cost lowered from 100 to 85, and the damage on his skill increased from 300 to 600 to 300 to 700. Misfortune and Karthus both had their mana cost decreased as well. MF's skills now cost 75 mana, and Karthus' skills cost 85 mana. That's it for our upcoming and recent changes for TFT. Let us know what change you are most excited about down below. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video and want to see more, then please hit that sub button. Also, if you want to see huge improvements to your rank, then don't forget to go to ProGuides.com to watch guides made by your favorite pro players. ProGuides will keep you up to date with TFT guides and tools, so keep a close eye out for our new videos and features. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck in your next few games, and we'll see you in the arena.